Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I can't tell you how heartening it is to see all of you here for the opening of Theresa Hak Kyung Cha Multiple Offerings. As the phrase multiple offerings suggests, Cha infused her art making with a real spirit of generosity. And it is in the same spirit of reciprocity and collective meaning making that the exhibition situates Cha's work within a constellation of other artists' voices, including a stunning, sensitive, multi-part drawing installation by Jesse Chun titled She, Concrete Poem Stanza for All the Uninherited and Inherited Time Travelers that Hum Through the Slivers, which is on view in the final gallery. I hope you've had a chance to walk through the exhibition, but if not, please make time to do so afterward, because what you're about to see represents the inaugural activation of Chun's performance series, She, Nawi, Fugue. This collective improvisational reading invokes artistic matriarchs across generations through an engagement with sound, music, open translation, and spoken word. Communing with the diasporic kinship and the polyvocal ethos of Cha's legacy, and drawing from the memories of Chun's late grandmother, Jeong Haeng, the work reimagines sinawi, a form of Korean folk and shamanic ritual music, and the classical genre of the fugue. Shinawi Fugue reimagines both forms in an interconnected act of speaking together across time and place. The performance includes an incredible group of collaborators from the Bay Area, New York, and Seoul. And I want to extend a special thank you to all of the performers, Josiah, Hyang-suri, Roger, Claire, Beth, Jennifer, Diana, and Alden for their interdisciplinary and intergenerational offerings, which you can take home with you in one of these booklets that I hope you were able to get at the top of the stairwell. I also want to thank my colleagues Sean Carson and Tausif Noor for all of their work in making this program happen, and to UC Berkeley Center for Korean Studies, the Arts Research Center, and Kyopo for their important partnership. Lastly, a huge thank you to Jesse Chun for her vision, care, absolute commitment and collaboration, and for entrusting BAMFA to be the site of this inaugural activation. And without further ado, please welcome Jesse Chun and her collaborators.
Pim, pim, pim. Wep, my hand is a prefix. Pa, same sound vibration in wepsuch, meaning intelligence. Bright. Wepsuch requires pa, locates doing as source for knowing our animal bodies, morphing thus. Traces become people living. Witsaisa titoken. Words, drum, pipim, hihitsa. Speaking. Prefix, verb, suffix, suffix, wiaka, outsig. Time, place, successive dawn, wiaka, outsig. We live ongoing days, not so glitter, kuspe. Hilakawisa,
We use pi I of kgn is G when I equals n, and 0 when I does not equal n. Pi k, the wedge sum of the xi, is the sum of pi k of the xi. Kz1 is rp infinity. Kz3 is top on PL.
Kz1 brightness, shining,
n for n equals 1. K4, Z2 times C2, Z2 times C star 2, Z3 times C2, F9 times C star C, C2 times C star 2, Z2, K4 C, Z3 times C, F6 times C star 5, K4 times C star, Z2.
¿Sabes qué? ¿Sabes qué? This looks familiar. If I mention 5 old fence posts, would you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like I said, 5 old fence posts made up a constellation, but not in el cielo, here in the dirt, on the timeline, textured by the rain, on the lonely hill. The other dimension gusano wiggled into them, leaving undulations of crescent slivers, cuernitos de humo, a circle that you could use as a smoking mirror, pestañas from the eyes of celestial bodies that have glanced this way. Hey, even under mundane museum light, this looks familiar. Missing teeth of a cosmic zoetrope that won't be back again in this lifetime, but we will always remember it. This is the color of dusk, where my ancestors grinned the exact same way forever. Look at the directions that our footprints promise to go. Notice the emojis in the cave paintings that should not be there. The murmurations of the blackbirds, memorias. If you don't believe any of this, and really, who could blame you, at least recollect the horizon of corn stalks that grew and withered on the first and last days. The viento that wore down the mountains. The piedras that got eaten by the pescados, the well-intended traveler who left behind 5 finger bones that became 5 civilizations that became dust, that became circles. And when those circles use our esqueletos to walk around with up on that lonely hill, there were those same 5 old fence posts waiting. ¿Saben qué? They look familiar.
If I have no body, or if I disappear yours, and what is waiting without sight or sight, the rim of my under eye smearing, bubbling, enclosing with, sticky, residual, closing shut, we do not allow ourselves to be tricked. 다섯 번째, 말이 없어, 말만 하면, 말만 해도, 말하지, 말을 했어야, 말할 걸, 말하지 말까, 말하지 말았을까, 말을 멈춰, 말을 해서, 말 때문에, 말이 많아, 말이 날 버려서, 널 버리고, 날 버리게, 널 버리고, 말 없어, 말하면, 말해도, 말하지, 말했어야, 말할 걸, 말해서, 말 때문에, 말 없이, 쉬고, 시소, 쉬고, 시소, 쉬고, 시소. 아니, 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 아니. 날 보러 다시 뒤로, 뒤로. 묻으면 어때서, 묻히면. 아침 햇살 속에서 그대를 찾고, 밤이 새로울 때 달을 보며 그대를 볼 거야.
Up to an extreme.
¿Saben qué? This looks familiar. If I mention 5 fence posts, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, like I said, 5 fence posts. Remember, this is just teaching you.
Vibration, right. Amorphing, people, strong, speaker, suffix, place, time,
Years later, if you go up on that hill,
Z2 times C11 times C star
will be
6
waiting.
in 4. Z2 times C26